Imagine this, you're on vacation, walking through the old city center of a town you've never been before, enjoying the sun, the peace, and the people. When you come to a town square, nothing too unusual, you just passed another one. But then you see something strange in the middle of the long town square. Between tram lines and restaurants stands a fountain that maybe disturbs you, but definitely brings up questions. This was the case when I came across the Kindlifresser in Bern, one of the 19 statue fountains that stands in the old town of the Swiss city. The fountains, or Brunnen as you call them in German, depict things like bagpiper, Moses, and, in the Kindlifresser's case, a man who captured and is eating children. The fountain is beautifully made, with vibrant colors and cute little bears marching at the bottom. But the subject matter brings up questions. So later that day, in my hostel, I set out to answer them. To my surprise, when I googled it, it had a 4.5-star rating on Google Review. Who refused fountains, I thought? And who would give this masterpiece any less than 5 stars? Well, Marcus did. If we are to believe him, the fountain is satanic. But here we don't just believe any Marcus. We look for credible sources. Who is to say that he is? Another review that I thought was very insightful was one that complained about liberals tearing down statues of Republican Americans. But this can't stay up. I hate to say it, but I don't think the Swiss care much about American politics. They barely care about European ones. Let's take a minute to appreciate the statue and this beautiful footage that I took on my phone. That's right, this is exclusive footage. Look at the bears at the bottom of the pillars. They're marching to who knows where. Colors are just beautiful, and the babies truly look scared. Also, what I appreciate is that the child eater is really eating a child. Sometimes these things are only implied, but here they just really want you to know that he is the Kindlifresser, a true display of show, don't tell. But where did he come from? And where is he going with that big sack of babies? How did he even get a sack full of them? Let's investigate. Kindlifresser, or in English, child eater, or in my opinion a better translation is child devourer. With the vibrant colors and smooth finish, the fountain looks like a modern work, but it was actually built in 1546, making it one of the oldest fountains in the city. It was made by the sculptor Hans Schin from Freiburg, a Swiss city relatively close to Bern. Other works of his are this one of a soldier holding his sword in a very charming position, or this one where baby Jesus is trying to flee from his mother. What better way to explore the meaning of this work by reading the official city description of the statue? Let me translate this as best as possible with my 3 years of fading German in high school. In name, stance, and act, the fountain statue seems a terrifying figure. The child-eating monster has a filled stomach with all the children he had captured. Only a few can just barely escape. The figure is meant to scare children and has the purpose of obedience, the fruit of God, and to educate. The pillar is beautifully decorated. At the bottom, bears are marching. The sculptor Hans Schin from Freiburg made the funny work and placed it in the square in 1544. So, nice and straightforward. I guess that's the end of the video. Wait, what? They changed the description? When? This one was only written in 2013, with the 30-year celebration of the fountains being UNESCO World Heritage. May 2024? Seriously? I couldn't have gone to Bern a few months ago. Now I have to translate a whole other linea. Fine. The description changed, and it seems to change quite a lot about the meaning of the work. So let me translate that as well for you. Sculptor Hans Schin made the fountain in 1545. There are several interpretations for the figure that can neither be confirmed nor denied. Some see the child eater as something to scare children. For others, it represents Kronos or Saturn, who ate their own children. The similarities with a fantastical being are sure. In the 19th century, the interpretation was that the creature was a Jew who ate Christian children. This interpretation could be possible because of the anti-Semitism that was present in Bern in the Middle Ages. In summary, the history of the meaning of the fountain will make you think rather than hastily judge. So, we went from fun, scary creature to 3 possible theories of what the statue can be, ranging from fun, scary creature to oh shit, that's anti-Semitic. All 3 are just as possible. However, I'm of the personal belief that the Kronos one is very less likely. First of all, this guy, look at him. Does he look like a Kronos to you? Second, I went back for the 3rd time to fact check this. There are 7 babies. Kronos has 6 children: Hades, Poseidon, Hera, Hestia, Demeter, and Zeus. Thirdly, 2 babies are escaping, and in the Greek mythology only Zeus escapes. And lastly, and most importantly, it's just not the most obvious answer. The marching bears at the bottom of the pillar are so obviously burned that it would be so out of place to connect that with a Greek titan. So that's why I think the Kronos theory is less plausible and the less obvious answer. So, what about the other 2 theories? I'd like to go back to a 1-star review that I read from Eric, who I think is American based on his comments and complaint about the fact that the liberals want to tear down every statue of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and more people the Swiss don't care about. But they don't have a problem with the statue depicting babies being eaten in a whole other country. Eric, this is how we deal with our ugly history in Europe. We acknowledge it, we put it on plaques, so people remember Europe used to be, and sometimes still kinda is, awfully anti-Semitic. And we make rules and try to create awareness, so things can change. I think the Jew eating Christian baby theory is quite possible. Who I wish and hope it's Kronos or some cool local legend about a child snatcher. But let's not forget that the Jews were blamed for the plague during this time and shoved into their own neighborhoods away from everyone else. I think it's either this theory or the local child snatcher, because you do, let's be honest, see the child snatching thing a lot in medieval tales. We've got the Pied Piper, stories about giants, and going back further, yes, even Kronos was one. But the last sentence from the description is why I wanted to make a video about this. The fountain might look grotesque, but the foggy history surrounding it makes you think. Not only about the fountain, but also about humanity's actions throughout history. If only Marcus had stopped and thought about it a bit, instead of hastily judging, he would have known that there's nothing satanic about the statue. No, it might even have been Christian propaganda. Hello. I had to re-record this audio because I had audio issues in the source of this original video. Yeah, so I didn't really change anything. I think I might have improvised in the first thing, and that is lost forever. I still haven't started on the next video that I wanted to make after this one, but I did finish the book, so that's good. Yeah. It's almost Christmas now. How about that? Yeah. Happy holidays, I guess. So yeah, I miss my vacation. I want to go back to Bern. So that's what's going on in my life. I do hope you enjoyed this re-recording. I hope the audio sounds a bit better, and I hope you'll stick around for the next one. Yeah, like, subscribe, that kind of shit. And remember, never trust any Marcus online. And as always, goodbye.